This is a different type of video, so today I'm going to be showing you my collection of Lenovo Mini PCs. These aren't all of them, but they're the majority because I have some in other places, and there's some that are set up around my house. So first up, we have this Lenovo ThinkCentre M53. This one has an Intel Pentium, 8 gigs of RAM, and I think a 500 gig hard drive. I can confirm that by sliding the plate off. These things are really easy to take apart and work on. Wow, this thing actually has no hard drive right now. Oh, that might be the hard drive that I found in my closet. Should put it back in here. Can't do this with one hand. Now, this one is a little bit different. You can tell because it has an AMD CPU. This thing has an AMD A9 7th Gen. And this one is one of the ones that looks cooler because you see they look kind of different, the fronts. I like this front better. I don't know why. It looks cooler, and I think the lights look better on this one. This one is a ThinkCentre M625Q. This one also has 8 gigs of RAM, but the only bad thing about this is that this computer has a drive that's an eMMC, so it's really slow. So now this one is a Lenovo ThinkCentre M73. This one has a Core i5, I think either 4th, 5th, or 6th gen. It's one of those three, and this one also has 8 gigs of RAM. It might be 16, because I know some have 16. And this thing's either running Windows 7 Business or Windows 10 Pro. I don't know which one I put on it. Now this one is a ThinkCentre M72E. And this one's a bit different because it has, I think this is the older style power cord. I'm pretty sure that's the older style power cord because it's different to these, which my other ones have the normal looking Lenovo power cord. And this has Core i3. I don't know what gen. Hopefully it's 4th, but who knows. But it has Windows 10 Home, I think, on it. Might be Pro, depending on what product keys I had when I was setting this thing up. This is another ThinkCentre M53. This one actually has my asset tag on it. And this one has, it's exactly the same as the other one that had a Pentium, 8 gigs of RAM, and 500 gig hard drive. That's exactly what I thought it was. So this one is exactly the same as the first one. Now, this one is a pretty fast one. This one I used to use until I got my M93P that had a Core i7. But this is an M93P ThinkCentre, and this one has 8 gigs of RAM. I'm pretty sure it's 4th gen. It might be 5th gen. But yeah, this thing also has 256 gig SSD that I upgraded because it used to have a hard drive in it. Let's start a new pile. Now, this is another of the same M53, Pentium, 8 gigs of RAM, 500 gig hard drive. This one also has an asset tag. I don't know why my other one didn't have an asset tag, the first one I showed. I'll have to make one for it. This one's actually missing a power button, so to turn it on, I have to use a paper clip and stick a paper clip in there to turn it on. But this one works. Literally, these all work. All the mini PCs that I have work. This is another one with an Intel Pentium. Same exact spec Pentium J2900, 8 gigs RAM, 500 gig hard drive. And yeah, this one does indeed have a power button. I'm pretty sure all the Pentium ones have Windows 7 on it, if you're wondering, because they don't run Windows 10 too well, and Windows 8's a pain. Now, here's another one that has a Ryzen. This is another N625Q. Again, 8 gigs of RAM and eMMC storage, so it's slow. And now, last but not least, for what I have in storage, another M625Q. This is the third one that I have. I have a 4th one somewhere, but I don't know where it is. And the cool thing about these is these actually only have DisplayPort for video. See, there's 2 display ports and 4 USB ports. And since there's 2 USB ports on the front, this thing has 6 USB ports. So that's pretty nice. These things have a lot of ports. And it has an Ethernet. And this is for the Wi-Fi antenna thing. You see, this one has the Wi-Fi antenna thing. But I usually use those Wi-Fi adapters that plug in using USB. I usually just plug them in because they're easy to just swap between whatever system I want. But these aren't really in use. They're just kind of here in my collection because they look cool. I like having them. They're fun to work on. Whenever I'm bored, I'll take one down to the bone and then I'll put it back together for fun. Hang on a second. I jinxed myself. I just found another one in my closet. This is another. I'm pretty sure it's an M93P. Yep, M93P. Core i5, 8 gigs of RAM. This might be the one with the failing hard drive because they were just sitting in my closet. This is probably the one that I tried to put Windows Server on and I couldn't because it said that my drive was going to fail soon. So I couldn't install Windows Server on it, so that kind of sucked. So yeah, this is my Lenovo Mini PC collection. You see I have 11, 6 in this stack, 5 in this stack, and then there's a couple others that I'm using, which is why they're not in here. But if I had those, there'd probably be about 15 in total. So I do have a collection of some other things. I have a collection of ThinkPads. I have a collection of ThinkStations, and I have 2 Dell Precisions. That doesn't really count as a collection, but those are pretty cool. But the ThinkPads, I think I have like 5 ThinkPads and 5 ThinkStations. So if you want me to make a video on that, let me know, because I totally can. But yeah, with that, that's about it for this video, and until the next one.